everyone, to the grand finals of the SOS Summer 2v2. I am joined now by Knight of Misfortune, fresh off his third place. How's that feel, Knight?
It feels all right. We were hoping for more, but it's good to be here to cast the final.
Yeah, well, thanks for joining me. Why don't you go ahead and introduce our first player?
All right, well, let's introduce the team to the right. The team that has gone to this final via the path of the winner's bracket, still undefeated and with 1-0 lead because of that. They are the Battle Beavers, and they are represented by our yellow UEF commander, opening up with a double air factory and doing all the eco things. It is Zadaika, and his teammate is none other than the white Aeon commander. You know him, you love him. It is Foxtremolin. Well, I don't know about love him, but you know him at least. And he's opening up with a double land factory. Jesus Christ, I'm too tired for this shit. And it's Harvogs. All right, who's on the other side, Mr. Spiff?
Isn't it always Harvogs?
Yes.
All right, well, on the other side, starting with the teal Aeon player, it is Cybran main, aka Vanity. And he's opened up with a couple of air factories. We saw his scout over on the other side of the map there a moment ago. And his teammate spawning in as the orange Aeon commander, it is Osmos with 3 land factories, and he has also gone Harvogs. Big surprise. And together they are the Aeon lovers.
You know what's funny is, like, I usually stream, so as we were presenting, I was doing the little spinny thing. Zooming in and spin.
Oh, I totally do that too when you're streaming.
Oh, really?
Yeah, no, it helps me keep
That's
track
funny.
of who's been introduced and who hasn't.
Yeah, so Harvog's obviously pretty good on this map. I mean, you guys have watched
I think every
probably a
single
lot,
game.
probably seen a lot of this today on Zeta with Harvog's rushing. So
yeah, I think every single game we've seen on Zeta has had Harvogs in it.
yeah, pretty strong.
Yep.
Pretty strong.
We've also seen plenty of UEF air players who have not managed to win the air war, which is
interesting.
Kind of against the conventional wisdom, but
I feel like we did a decent job with that, or rather JWix did, but
oh yeah, no, I wasn't really thinking of your game in particular, just more of an overall trend.
All right, well, Fox is pushing out here. It's not the best of things for them because there are 2 commanders on the field, and there's bombing capability from Vanity. So honestly, this might go very well for them if they, well, they don't even need to split, rather. Yeah, this should just go very well for them. If they engage here, I would actually like to see them engage. I like the mobile missile launchers also coming out. That was one of the problems that me and JWix have had is we really needed to take that middle because those MMLs are pretty powerful. We have an engagement here. Anti-air on the Harvogs from both sides here. And a pretty good engagement for Zadaika, I would say, as he catches those Weedaboffs on the tail end there, but does have to go over those Harvogs with a...
But he does manage to win air for now at least. And Fox is pulling back here, taking up a more defensive position at the top of the choke point.
And you know what's interesting? There actually wasn't even a ground engagement there. So I think maybe it was a bait by Fox, in which case that is a highly, highly intelligent play to bait the air into that engagement and kind of not even lose Harvogs, because definitely our West team here, the Aeon Lover team, had an advantage there on the ground.
Yeah, you're still in that East versus West mindset, aren't you?
And I'm too tired to remember their names, to be completely honest. I did like your lobby name though for this match. You know, I'm not gonna say what Beaver means on stream for our American viewers, but I think it's kind of funny. I've been considering telling Foxtremolin what it means.
Well, I mean, a beaver is an animal in the rodent family that cuts down
but
trees
it has
with
an
its
alternate
teeth.
meaning.
What are you talking about? I have no idea.
I mean, usually those beavers are pretty hairy, you know.
Yes.
Oh well, man, we need Mr. Steal Your Girl in here right now.
Yeah, he would run away with the dirty jokes.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. All right. Well, we do see the Aeon lovers pushing up here with their Harvogs. PD pushing. I think that's actually a pretty good idea here, especially because Vanity is doing that. There's actually no air coming out from him anymore, so that's a hard switch. I do like that as well. And there's mobile missiles launchers on here, so actually this is a pretty decent push here from the Aeons.
And those bots are still going to provide a decent amount of AA. It's going to take more bombers than Zadaika has built to really do a whole lot.
Yeah. Yeah, this is a really nice push by the double Aeon here. It's going to be very hard to deal with it. Those bombers are going to come in, but there's not that many of them. The AA is going to actually be pretty decent there, but Optimus clumps them.
I mean,
yeah,
he's going to lose all of his bombers, or at least most of them, but decent trade for them.
Way worth it. And it's not even playing for Harvog that is completely worth it. It's buying them more time because essentially this isn't a super all-in, but this is an important fight. If they can't push this out, it's essentially done because there's a land factory here. There's nothing in the center to fall back to, and there is no air. So it's pretty rough for Aeon lovers if they don't manage to push this out, which it looks like harder and harder every second.
I would say Aeon lovers are pretty all-in here.
Yeah, yeah. The more time that passes, it is absolutely correct. It's just so hard to break. Yeah, and there's really no excuse for Osmos to be clumping there. Like, there's no reason at all. A great bombing run by our yellow friend.
Yeah, and those factory TMLs are also worth their weight in gold right now too. Zadaika is down to about half health here, but so is Vanity, and I don't know. Okay, so there comes the repair. Yeah, Zadaika's in trouble here, but with Hunker, I think he's going to manage to hold on, because Vanity can't really stay in range of that point defense for too long.
Yeah, I don't know why they're not just engaging that ACU, to be completely honest. Oh, they don't want it to blow up, but I mean, it does 5,000 damage. It's not going to kill that ACU with Honker on it. So they're just going to engage here with Osmos under that PD. It don't matter. There aren't really too much DPS, and the Harvogs can micro around that point defense fire. Pretty good here for Zadaika here. Dent box, as Osmos does get blown up. And I think Osmos is going to follow here in just a second. Foxtramelon is in full health here. Does blow up, but does not manage to get that Hunker.
Well, pretty tense game one there. So that means that the Battle Beavers will take a 2-0 lead going into the next map here. We're going to take a very short break, and then we'll be right back with that for you guys. Welcome back, everyone, to Game 2 of the Grand Finals of this 2v2 tournament. I'm joined once again by the host of the tournament, Nite of Misfortune. And Nite, why don't you go ahead and introduce our first team?
All right, well, spawning in, I guess, the top right, or the top right corner, I don't know how you would identify that position, we have our team, Aeon Lovers, represented by our two favorite Aeon players. Well, I don't know about that either, but we have, in orange color, taking his normal color, it is Osmos, opening up with a triple land factory, and I think we're going to see Shajas here in a second. That's just my call there. His teammate is AA Vanity. He should actually be wearing the Vanity tag. That's actually in the rules, but we're not going to be too harsh on him right now. But it is main Cybern main, and he's opening up with a double Aeon factory, and that's probably going to be just a standard tank play here. Yep, tanks rolling out for him, and actually tanks for Osmos. But what are their opponents doing, Spiff?
Alright, yeah, I think we will forgive Vanity, because I've had a lot of fun saying his name today as main Cybern main. Their opponents, starting here with the yellow UEF player who has dropped down a double air factory. It is Zadaika. And his teammate, spawning in as always as the white Aeon player, we have Foxtramelon. And
I do like...
So, go ahead.
I do like the little mind games here. I don't know if this is on purpose or they just wanted to open up this way. but the air opening is clearly to counter Shadjas,
Right.
and there are no Shadjas from either player. It's actually Fox who has the Shadjas, right? Yeah, Fox
Yep.
has the Shadjas.
Yeah, and this is the sort of play that we kind of do expect. It's a little more meta on this map, I think, because of the short rush distance.
Yeah, but what the heck is Vanity doing? That build is not that great. It's obviously going to give him a lot of mass, but air and Shadjas are going to be so hard to deal with here. I mean, he has to kind of know that at least Shadjas are coming, and that's going to be hard to hold even just against Shadjas without air support. So I'm not sure. There's not a PD there. There's an anti-air tower in the back. I think this is...
Yeah, I
You
mean,
know,
it's
I will say something that maybe is a little controversial, but
uh-oh.
in my view, I watched the Vanity and Osmos games today, and they've been playing much worse than they did against other people than against with us. That's just my thing.
Are you sure that's not just a little salt?
It is a little salt. I mean, but I mean, we lost, so it doesn't matter. But me and Jwix were like noticing that against Rainbows in particular. Uh, but yeah, this is gonna be a very quick death for.
And it seems
For
like Vanity
Vanity
knows
here.
it as well.
Yeah.
He's just trying to take the commander down with him if he can, but it's not close.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Osmos is pushing into Zadaika here. He has to get a kill here as soon as possible for them to have a chance. It is still a good chance here if they manage to take out Zadaika, but honestly, it's going to be harder and harder with the shields and the air bombardment.
Yeah,
I
when
think
those
actually,
shields popped up, I was like, ooh, this is not looking good. Especially with Fox turning around in those shotguns.
there was a sack cap on that factory, though, and that's a shield for Osmos now.
True.
And, you know, there's going to be a PD coming up here. It is being captured, that factory, but damage is kind of done here. But I think this is going to be a tie in the end, and Fox Dremel is just going to win this.
Yeah, Foxtermelon still has a lot of HP on that commander as well, so even if
Yeah.
Zadaika managed to catch both the ACUs, he wasn't going to take them both down. And he doesn't even manage to take Osmos down.
Yeah, so now I will say Fox obviously has the advantage for a little while here. But I think Osmos has expanded a little more. But there is no tank production as of yet, so I don't know. This is still actually up for grabs, I feel like.
Could be, could be. Obviously, Fox still has a lot more HP on his commander. Osmos is bringing an engineer forward to do some healing, I assume. I hope. But yeah, without any units, he's actually in a very similar position as to what his teammate was just a few minutes ago.
Well, there is a PD and there are shields on those factories, so that's going to be pretty good. Foxtermelon is kind of low, so there is a possibility of a tie, but Osmos is crazy low here. At 4,000, an explosion would take him out here. They really need to finish that point defense. Yep, absolutely.
And MMLs are also popping out for Fox back home, so pretty soon those
Yeah.
are going to reach the front. And yeah, it's going to be tough for Osmos to hold here, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. Those PDs are going to prevent it, but once those mobile missile launchers come out, that is going to be pretty hard to handle. Foxtermelon is actually taking a lot of damage here due to the face. We really need to see units, I think, at this point. We need tanks as soon as possible here.
Yeah, Fox does have an engineer right here, though, so I'm not too worried about him.
Yeah. Oh, wow, he actually went into red there. All right.
Yeah, he got down below 5,000 for a minute.
All right, we're still not seeing tanks. We're seeing an engineer come out.
Well, Osmos
And
wants
these-
to expand. Fox hasn't expanded at all.
Yeah, and these, I mean, these point defenses are not going to hold against these mobile missile launchers, especially if there's a forward base that's going to come up for Fox, which I imagine is going to happen pretty soon.
He does have an engineer going off to the right-hand side, and he's got it on attack move, so it's just going to suck up all that yummy, yummy mass. Mr. Steelyger would be very proud. And I imagine that mass will then go into a forward base, yeah. I mean, there's lots of point defenses here, but the MMLs
Yeah.
continue to trickle in.
Yeah, this is looking very rough for our Aeon lovers, and something we forgot to mention is that the Battle Beavers actually have a 1-0 lead since they were up from, or they were here from the winners bracket, so that's just kind of their advantage since it is best out of 5, but a singular series. So they
Well, they're
team
up
Aeon
2-0.
is on the, well, now they are 2-0, but they
Yeah.
had a 1-0 advantage. So
Right.
this is basically game point for Aeon lovers.
Yeah, pretty desperate situation. Osmos now getting shotguns of his own, which I think is a good move, but maybe too little too late just at this moment.
But hey, maybe our SCS 2020 champion can pull something out. Who knows?
You never know. He is expanding in the back, and he has enough mass now for another factory, too. And
Alright.
starts
And
it with an
that's,
engineer and then continues it with his commander, it looks like.
yeah, and that's before Foxtermelon's or expansion. And actually, he's not going to keep expanding, and that just puts the mass to actually even, if not an advantage for Osmos. Yeah, Osmos still has one more. So this isn't terrible. I'm not sure why Foxtermelon didn't finish expanding there to the right. There's a pretty crazy point defense queued up here for Foxtermelon. It's like way back. Not sure what the point of that is. Those charges can do a lot of damage to those MMLs if they just move forward a little bit.
I don't even see the point defense queued up. Where was that?
All right, next to Foxtermelon's ACU.
Oh, okay, I see it now, yeah.
Yeah,
That is kind of
Foxtermelon,
far back, isn't it? Although, I mean, these energy generators, he might be going towards electroshock, I suppose.
yeah, Foxtermelon does like to do that sometimes, but no, I think he's probably going to teleport at this point. Let's see, is there any research stations? No, I mean, he doesn't really have the mass for it. But Osmos is losing a lot of his charges. He's not really controlling them well enough, and Fox is just baiting him with those mobile missile launchers, which is a really good play.
Yeah, for sure. And first factory goes down for Osmos. He is building another one as we speak, but how much longer are his factories going to survive this? I mean, this is a lot of MMLs. I remember a time when the MML meta was like, oh, 5 is all you need.
This is looking really rough for Osmos.
He is continuing to eco in the back.
Oh no. Walk of nope. Walk of desperation, I was gonna say.
Oh, a lot of those MMLs do go down though.
Oh. Ooh, Osmos just eats a crap ton of fire from the charges. That does give a little bit of an advantage to his charges, but no, that's just too much damage. And Battle Beavers, I think, deservingly so, are our champions. I think they went undefeated in this tournament, but
they did. At least overall. I don't know. They might have dropped a map here or there. But
no, they didn't.
They didn't. All right.
No.
Well.
We came very close in both games that we played against them, but it was a well done job by both of them.
Yeah, clean sweep. Well, very well done. Congratulations to Battle Beavers for winning the tournament. And congratulations to Aeon Lovers for taking second place. And of course to Nite and JWix for their third place finish. Thanks so much to Nite for giving us all of the graphics and the displays. We'll go ahead and throw the brackets back up, and we'll get those updated in just a minute here.
If you're still watching, give a thumbs up to this video. If you liked the video, leave a comment. If you loved the video, please subscribe. And if you are blown away by it, check out my Patreon page. This has been Nite. Take care and peace out.